Nice
I
little
got 2 hours.
surprise. I have a hard stop at 6, by the way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're good. Yeah, bro. Let's rip through them. What
Marquis started
yeah,
prep.
Mark, what show? Yeah, what shows you doing?
Long Island.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. We got a good amount of the team doing that show, bro.
I got too many, man.
How many are doing it?
I capped myself at 10, but I'm looking at potentially over that if everybody actually goes
Yeah, I
through
have
with it.
6 women doing it.
So funny. Do you have any guys?
Nah, all bikini.
That's so funny.
Well, I figure if Matt and Brandon turn pro, those are like the heavy hitters. I got Tyler doing the shows coming up.
Is he
Um,
doing T Nationals too or no?
he just joined. I have to ask him.
Tyler, are you doing T Nationals?
I would love him to.
He should for sure.
Not too bad. A national title at age 19. Not too bad.
Totally possible, man. He's got killer fucking physique.
He's
I don't know any teens on the circuit to be completely honest, but I mean, what is he missing? He just needs more
yeah,
size, but he's
and
got
I have him
great
in great
fucking
condition.
for sure. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I'm
exactly.
gonna so I pushed him a little bit harder last week just to kind of tighten things up a little, and then I started increasing his food the other day. I mean, his high days are still fucking ridiculously high on Fridays and Saturdays. So,
He
yeah.
turns 20.
Oh,
And
bummer. Are you in college? You collegiates?
me and Matt know a freak, Matt. You gotta show him. Will. Will's gotta come work with me before he
Who's
gets
Will?
introduced to Steve. No, kidding. Now, Will is, I'll show you him. I was completely kidding, Marquis. Will he's one of Marquis' friends. He trains at one of the gyms that I belong to, the ProFit. And kid just got these crazy muscle bellies, man. Like, pretty sure he's natural too. And I don't think he's been at it for that long. He just does it himself. He's got
Damn.
crazy physique. But I told him, like, yo, fucking, when you're ready to come on board, man, you better give me a call
Absolutely.
because, let's fucking take you to the next level.
Oh
But,
yeah.
yeah, buddies with Mark Weed. But Mark Weed, he's a fucking monster himself, dude. He went from like, I think he was like 240 when we started working together. We like guided him down to 20, something like that. I don't remember.
You can see the difference. I think either
Dude,
you or him
he
posted
got to
the.
285. He got to 285 in 6 months.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Good for him.
crazy.
He's a freak, dude.
Yeah, dude, that Will's only 19. That's crazy, man. Yeah, the kid's nuts.
Yeah. All right. What kind of questions you got for us?
All right, I didn't get too many this time, so I'll be brief.
I think in a couple weeks, then our next podcast, I'm gonna post the box the night before, the later afternoon before, and like where it's 24 hours before, and let's see.
Yeah, yeah, I think that was better last time we did that.
Yeah, I'm gonna
How's it possible for someone to do no cardio during prep and get shredded?
no cardio during prep and get shredded.
Mm,
I mean, it depend. It obviously it's going to be highly dependent on the individual. You know what I mean? It's you know also too like how lean can this person get? Like just naturally, right? Like are they a lean, skinny body type, or are they somebody who holds more body fat? Naturally. Like also where are they starting the contest prep at? Are they on the leaner side, or I mean, are they on the heavier side? You also have to count in steps. Are you counting steps towards cardio? If this person's walking 20,000 steps and they're a nurse, per day, averaging 15, 20K steps, they might not need cardio because they're burning enough off, depending where we have the calorie deficit at. So I think there's just so many different variables, like everything I just mentioned, that sure, it's doable, it's possible, but like, you know, when you can utilize cardio as that fat burning tool, why not? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um,
yeah. If I had to boil it down to two things, I would say genetics and activity level. You know, If you're somebody who has absolutely superior genetics with regards to your metabolism, ability to burn fat, all those things, you could get people in shape like shredded with steps, right?
That's it, dude. Yeah, 100%.
But then I think if you have somebody who has like a high genetic capacity to get in shape and burn fat, have a fast metabolism, maybe not elite, but still above average, I think if that person has high activity, maybe they're manual labor, right? They're laying pipe all day. It's hard work, right? Or like Steve said, they're a nurse or walking around 20, 25,000 steps a day. Like I think those people are also the types that could get in shape without any cardio as well, because just the forced activity throughout their day to day. But yeah, those are pretty much the outliers for the most part. No matter how good you are, no matter how like tight you see somebody like me or like Steve's client, like David, uh, Brandon, right? Brandon gets fucking inside out. Like we're doing cardio, like I was doing when I peaked this current prep. I peaked at 50 minutes, 5 days a week for probably 2, maybe 3 weeks. Um, but it's typically what it's gonna take, even when you have a genetically high capacity to just burn fat and be lean, right? Like I do, like it still takes effort, it still takes cardio for sure.
100%. 100%.
Okay. How are you guys feeling? How you feeling, Steve?
Feeling good. Feeling good. It's been a long last almost 24 hours, but for all good reasons. Um, everything is well. I feel good in a blessed way. Just tired.
It's a good way to feel. Good way to feel. Yeah, I'll say
How
the
are
same.
you? How are you?
Good in a blessed way.
Good. That's good. That's good. And shredded.
Good question. On to the next one. Coaching red flags. Good. This could go on forever. I don't know.
Yeah,
First
God.
is just like poor communication, right? Bad response times. Steve and I generally, we treat this like a normal job. Like we have office hours. You reach out to us during those office hours, you're gonna you hear back from us pretty quickly, right? If not, you're gonna hear back from us within 24 hours, right? Ask for
Yeah.
weekends for our families, right? I mean, shouldn't be anything too urgent that you can't wait till Monday for, but yeah, there's gonna be people that won't get back to your check-ins for days, things like this. Like you'd be surprised. Go missing during like your show day. Don't hear back from them during, the day before a show while they're peaking you, or they give you a laid out peak week diet, like that's another big red flag.
Yeah,
Um,
the week before peak week, here's your peak.
yeah, the list goes on, but I mean, like the biggest one that always comes to mind for me is like communication is poor.
Yeah, dude, communication. Um, I would say too, like just if like say you ask the coach like, "Hey, I saw you change this," and they don't know, like they can't tell you like why, even if it's a very simple why, like, "Oh, hey, we're in a plateau. We lowered your carbs, because simple put, I just wanted less calories." Okay, there's the explanation. It makes sense, right? If they can't like, justify simple changes like that, that in my opinion is definitely a red flag. Um, Other times too, like have you ever, I'm sure you have, but like you see on like social media, people promoting like their online coaching and they're like weekly changes. Like that's a red flag in my opinion, because like your shit should not be having to change every week, right? So, um,
You're in an
I,
off season. If your shit can like if you're thick in the thick of your off season,
no.
it's like a good thing if your shit isn't changing. It means you're improving.
Dude, one of Cameron Sheik's clients actually just made a story about this. I wish I sent it to you so I remember who it was, but they put that he had not made a change to their offseason plan in almost 4 months, and they never once questioned it. However, then his next slide, he posted like 8 8 pictures or 4 pictures or whatever, and it showed each month of like his
Right.
front double with no changes, and this
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
change was extremely significant. You know what I mean? Like Marquez said that his split's been the same for a year. I'm sure he doesn't complain, right? Like there's people who ask for changes to their training every month, like
Yeah.
because you're going to shock the muscle. That's bullshit. Just
No.
you're not going to shock your
Training,
muscle.
a specific movement is a skill. Like you really need to master it.
Just get better at it. The training
And
you
and and
dude is
it,
phenomenal. Like, and we're probably going to run that into prep next year.
yeah, yeah, man. I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah, all good ones for sure. Okay, post Legion thoughts. I hate the ones that are just directed at me, it's like annoying.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, obviously annoying situation. But if anybody is who's on isn't aware, I was supposed to compete at Legion Sports Fest last weekend, and on the trip out there to Reno, on the plane actually, I was hit with a stomach bug, and it was just really, really bad. And I couldn't eat or drink or anything like that, so I had to drop out of the show. Like I couldn't peak. My stomach was entirely bloated. I wouldn't have been able to fucking stand on stage like that. It would have been embarrassment.
Yeah.
So I had to drop out of the show. But yeah, my thoughts coming out of that. I mean, I'm grateful to be okay because it was pretty intense how poorly I felt, just being like, somewhere between like a 3-4% body fat range. The level of fatigue that comes with that alone is challenging. And then to have the worst stomach bug you've ever had in your life on top of it, like just the worst feeling you can imagine. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just like grateful to feel better because it was definitely shitty. But yeah, no, like in terms of the show, it sucks. I mean, they couldn't control this, so it's really no sense in, being a little bitch about it. Take it on the chin and just hoping to come back, right? Like body is kind of going through the whole process of coming back from that trauma, like holding water now. Like we had to push food pretty hard to bring the weight back up, get the fullness back up. So we're just kind of managing it day by day here and seeing if I can potentially eke out another show this season. But yeah, I'm just focusing on execution, detaching myself from any outcome, and I'm very happy with the execution. So that's where my thoughts are. Better deal better. Thanks, Mark. We appreciate it. Uh, another one. I'm glad you're feeling better, Coach. Thank you, Ryan. You- So we both coach competitors and lifestyle, right? What's our favorite thing about coaching each of them?
Coaching each of them. So I think for a lifestyle client, it's like when somebody comes in, they're actually extremely serious about what they say they want to accomplish, and then their actions start to actually meet, what we know is required to actually start to get there. And then it's just really when you put that before and after together. Like that's the favorite part, when you see things come to fruition. That obviously, but like I don't know if I had to think of something a little more intricate than like the obvious. Um, it would be when you get positive feedback on a check-in or like a message from them, and they're like, "I never thought I could do this," or "This is, I didn't think this was possible," and it validates your job. You know what I mean? Of like the effort you're putting in, but you also can see how much they care. And I think that's the most rewarding and my favorite part for a lifestyle client. You know what I mean? Because obviously the end goal isn't a stage. And as much as you and I love bodybuilding, and when we have people deep in prep and like they start to look freaky, there is that component to the lifestyle side that is still very enjoyable when somebody hits their goal. In terms of like competitors, man, I mean, it's like when they start to just look fucking ridiculous, and like you guys kind of just know like you're on, that person's on, and like that's probably my favorite part too. And then like if they win their class or an overall, or they're pleased with like obviously the outcome and their look.
So
It's a pretty straightforward answer, sadly, because what we do is extremely result driven.
yep.
So
Yeah, and what's behind that is a progression, and
exactly.
it's funny. I'm just reading this question, but I've done a lot of thinking lately. about why I enjoy coaching so much. And it comes down exactly to progression and reaching goals. When you there's been a lot of studies done on this, and one of the keys to human happiness in your brain is manifesting progression against goals, making things happen, right? Creating the life that you want. And whether the goal is for a lifestyle person just to get in shape or get out of really poor shape into a healthy lifestyle, or it's a bodybuilder who wants to get on stage for the first time, or somebody who wants to turn pro, or whatever it may be, right? Nonetheless, these are all really important goals to people and being able to help them achieve them, helping guide them, being their mentor, their coach to help them achieve those goals and seeing the joy they get, the way they change and evolve as a person throughout the progression of these goals is it's a really great thing to do. I'm grateful for it.
Yeah, hell yeah, absolutely.
That's all I got.
All right, cool. Very good questions. All right, how do you guys handle clients who do not submit check-ins or barely give information? Uh,
Can you say that one more time? Sorry.
how do you handle clients who do not submit check-ins or barely give any information?
They
Uh,
handle themselves. I mean,
yeah, I was gonna say they handle
you
themselves.
have the conversation, very directly. It's evident they're not taking it serious. You ask for more feedback, they don't give it. They keep missing their check-ins or late. Get to a point where you continue to have the conversation. Like, I will stop having that conversation. I'm not going to come
Oh
seek you
yeah,
out.
I'll
This is
have
a
it
matter of
twice,
respect. Yeah,
maybe,
exactly. Like,
depending how
exactly.
receptive they are the first time.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Like, I'll have the conversation twice as well, but it's like that you're wasting my time. It's disrespectful to me.
Yeah,
So like,
yeah,
I'm not gonna. I'll meet your effort, your level of effort that at that point if you're gonna stick around. If not, we have to have a conversation whether or not you want to continue.
yeah. It's just it also too like it always gets me like usually those are the individuals who just always have to tell you and validate to you how serious they're going to take it, and then it's like, hey, you missed your first nine check-ins. Like, what are you doing?
Mhm.
Like, you never checked in. You'd ask no questions. I think at this point, man, we can read who's going to take shit serious or not.
Yeah, the writing is on the wall for sure. It's very clear to us,
Yeah, for
as
sure.
it is to any coach who pays attention.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um,
Because like realistically, you don't even need to be a good coach. You just need to pay attention, like to be able to tell. You work with
yeah,
enough people, like maybe I'm just considering too many things table stakes. Let's be real. I probably
yeah,
am.
yeah. No, I agree. Yeah.
Giving people
Um,
too much credit.
yeah, yeah. I feel like in the coaching realm too, probably shouldn't be done, giving too much credit where give credit where it's due. That's yeah.
Well said.
Um, this is a sodium question. This says last peak week, the coach I had at the time cut all my sodium the week of, then introduced it again the day of. And I noticed that I was very watery. Why is that? And is that a good idea to cut salt in peak week? So absolutely not. That is an absolutely terrible move. Um, Sodium helps literally drive muscle fullness. um,
It's
so
your hydration. I mean, if you're
yeah,
jacking up
just
your
proper
water
hydration.
too,
So yeah, so
you're,
like it's yeah, that's to cut it the whole week is like, and then introduce it the day of that's like diabolic work.
yeah, that's a super asinine thing to do.
That's like,
But
yeah,
like
that's ridiculous.
under the covers for the person asking the why, right? So in this situation, sodium is an electrolyte, right? So odds are you were probably water loading that week, I would assume. So you're jacking up your water, you're flushing out a shit ton of fluid, and you're not having any sodium, which is one of the most important electrolytes you have. You need more of it because you're an athlete. You need it for muscle contraction. You sweat a lot, right? Like you're losing this electrolyte. When you fuck with your electrolytes, like that's when people have heart attacks and shit in your shows because your heart doesn't
Right.
function properly when you're completely electrolyteless. Um, but yeah, so your aldosterone is all fucked up, which is a hormone that effectively helps regulate your body's ability to flush water and regulate your like your sodium, potassium, so forth. So yeah, you're pretty fucked in that situation to begin with. But yeah, I would anticipate that just throwing a fuck ton of sodium in there would just cause the water retention in and of itself because like you have none, so your body's gonna hold on to like literally
Hell yeah.
every piece of fucking sodium you put into it at that point.
Yeah, dude. It's yeah, like I said, I mean the sodium is gonna help from a fullness perspective, we kind of already like you kind of already said. I mean, I just don't get like what the reason like I wish I could ask that person who did that what the reasoning is. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
what are
Like
we doing? Drying
also
out.
also too, like if your sodium's too low, it's gonna trigger aldosterone. Like what the fuck? Like why would you want that? Like it doesn't, you know what I mean? Like and then that's probably why you yeah, I don't know if this person gonna hear it or not. I would assume so because they asked, but like that's why you were like watery and softer because the aldosterone spiked and your body was trying to conserve fucking what sodium you did have. You know what I mean? And it was like starving for it, and then as soon as it got it, it sucked it the fuck up. That's fucking so dumb. Jesus
Yeah, if you don't
Christ.
know what you're doing with it, like why are you gonna just like experiment?
No, it's ridiculous. It's fucking because people don't know. That's the problem. I guarantee you that
No
person was
approach.
probably like, you know what, this person needs to be drier, but they really just needed to be leaner. And they were like, oh, let me just cut their fucking sodium, and they thought sodium was bad. So I guarantee that's what the thought process was. Also, John said he was doing this as he pins.
John.
What are some signs to look for if a prep is too aggressive?
Too aggressive. They're dropping weight like significantly out the gate,
Yeah, I was gonna say if
clearly.
they're dropping so much weight, if they start to look stringy, if like they're giving you feedback like, hey coach, I know we're still 12 weeks out, but I've dropped half my strength, like strength cues, performance cues, like, you
Mm.
know, and when I say that, I don't like, some people might hear that and they might overdo it. You know what I mean? They're like, oh fuck, I'm doing 10 less pounds on the fucking incline Smith. Like it's too much, because they get hungry and what. I'm not talking that. Like if hypothetically speaking, if you're inclining 200 pounds and at 12 weeks out, your coach starting to push you a little bit to get your conditioning to start to come in and get ahead, and you go down to 190 pounds, we're probably not going to give a shit. That's nothing. But like if you tell us you were benching 200 and now you're down to 125 pounds, there's a problem. You know what I mean? Um, so
Agreed. Performance in the gym.
yeah,
Fatigue.
yeah, for fatigue, if your like sleep goes to shit before there's any PEDs in that would like if you're 16 weeks out on fucking I don't know, some Masteron or Primo or EQ and test and your sleep starts to go to shit, there's a problem. You know what I mean? But like if you're 4 weeks out and you're on trend and you're lean and your food's low, okay, not too concerned. It's par for the course. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's different times where different feedback fits, right? Um, if you could pick two exercises per body part for the rest of your life, what would they be? It's a pretty fun question.
Yeah.
All right, so we
Two
want to start. We want to
exercises
start with
per day.
chest.
Sure.
All right, what do you got?
Oh, I would do some type of incline converging chest press machine
Mhm.
and probably a cable chest fly.
I was gonna say I would do those the seated cable chest fly. It was fucking great. And then I would say an incline press. Whatever incline press you feel the best, that.
Okay. Yeah. So probably there's a lot of good ones, but if I had to pick one, I'm probably going with the Nautilus Explode plate
Yeah,
loaded.
dude, those machines are just they're OG, man, but they work.
It's just tough because like Nutex plate loaded incline is really fucking good. The leverage, old school
Yep.
leverage incline is really good. The Atlantis plate loaded incline is really good. Like there's a lot of fucking good ones, But I think
Same.
honestly, I would if I had a gun to my head, I think I'm going Nautilus Explode.
Yeah.
Most underrated place to 10 rear delt.
Yeah, rear delt. I would say the lat too.
I feel like that's popular now, but I mean that's
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
go-to.
The rear delt though, I definitely agree. It's a good one. Such a funny question. This is the type of shit Pepsi drinkers ask. All right, how about shoulders for shoulders?
Shoulders, machine lateral raise.
Yeah, I would say a machine lateral, and then again a press that you feel the most.
Okay, I'll get a adult exercise then.
Ariga. I was gonna say like do we throw that with back or we want to throw that with delts? You know what I mean? It's tough.
We'll just hit the whole shoulder. I guess I'm gonna do like a fucking shoulder press machine probably.
What about for biceps and triceps?
Buys, I'm doing a unilateral machine preacher curl.
Yep.
Even though that's what I tore my bicep on, I'm still fucking doing
Like
it.
I'm standing by it.
Yeah. And the second I'm doing is a hammer spider curl.
Oh, that's a good
Like
one.
on a preacher bench, like a reverse
Yeah,
preacher bench.
but sideways. Yeah, that's actually a really good one. I didn't even think about that. I would
That shit
say
trashes my arm. I love it.
I might have to try those.
They're
Sounds
good.
really.
Yeah.
I would say a preacher curl for sure. And then I'd probably just say like a traditional standing cable curl.
Hmm.
Yeah, I just can't go wrong with them.
Yeah.
Um,
Agreed.
and then for triceps, I would probably say a good like single arm push down, and then some form of like a single arm overhead cable extension.
Yeah, to be honest, bro, you give me any cable movement on tricep, like I want to get the job done. I got really good connection
Absolutely.
and ability to
Yeah.
train them,
What
so I
about
don't care.
for back?
That's tough. As such a big muscle group. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say a T-bar row. Number one, because I can hit it in multiple variations. Like I could get a
Yep.
more upper back variation, I could get a more mid back, lat variation, out of one piece. So that for sure. And the other one is definitely Nautilus lat pullover.
Yeah, I was gonna say just how you had me doing the pullovers now and how much I mean, I've fallen in love with them so much I ordered it for the fucking shed.
Yeah, yeah.
I would say a pullover machine, and if I can't get the pullover machine, I would say a cable pullover,
Mm,
and then either probably like a chest supported seat bar row.
yeah.
Yeah, quads
Quads, hack squat.
and leg press for me.
Oh yeah, unilateral leg press.
Yeah, the Cybex leg press and the Cybex hack squat.
I would do honestly, I'm doing Atlantis hack squat simply because it's the best on my knees. Never hurts.
That's fair. That's fair.
I do
So
like it. It's a smooth piece, good range of motion, doesn't hurt my knees.
that's what happens when you get old, right?
It's a little light, to be honest. The stack's a little light,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that's all right. I do it my last. It's my last movement, so I think I do like 6 plates on it. That's what I was doing before,
yeah.
I got into peak week time frame.
Um,
What do we have? Hamstrings next.
Hamstrings, yeah.
I'm doing, the hammer strength bent over unilateral hamstring curl.
Yes.
Weight loaded one. I'm doing that piece, and I'm doing the flex, ham. What is it? The ham tractor seated like curl.
Yeah, seated. Yeah, I'm gonna pick a seated ham curl and probably at this point either a lying single leg curl or like a normal traditional like standing single leg hamstring curl. Just because like my lower back at this point cannot support stiff leg deadlifts.
Okay, and glutes.
Um, but yeah, kickbacks and hip thrusts.
Dude, so there's this one piece at Bev's. There's a couple different variations. This one is New Tech Booty Masters or Booty Blaster or whatever. They make one too. So it's an abductor, but you stand while you do it and you like kick your ass out.
Oh yeah.
And I'll tell you, man, you look so gay doing it, but like it is such a great movement.
Yeah.
I did it simply because I didn't want to do a unilateral kickback machine.
Yeah.
I love the URL kickback machine, but I was so spent I wanted to do something bilateral. So I did the standing abductor and I loved it. Like it was actually like one of the best pieces I ever used.
Can't beat it. Um,
The looks you get doing so much glutes at the gym is so funny. But
yeah, I feel like a lot of like these high end gyms have like more glute specific machines than they do like chest machines at this point or back machines. It's crazy.
I mean, look at how many women are in the sport now, and how many divisions the glutes are one of the most important body parts.
Mhm.
But yeah,
All
huge
right.
miss if you're not training glutes as a male competitor, though. Like especially if you're in classic or open, because it makes a big difference in the appearance on
Fuck yeah.
stage, the detail, the striation, if genetically like you have a striation. But yeah, definitely train your glutes.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. My last one is what did my notes go? Just disappeared. Oh, um, what is the purpose of mini diets in the off season? What do they usually look like from a time frame perspective?
Time frame. I mean, you could take that part of the question a couple of different ways, but
Yep.
when I implement them is when the person's body composition is out of whack, their digestion or appetite is completely shot,
Mhm.
or their blood glucose or their blood pressure is getting kind of high, right?
Yep.
Because those are all indications that number one, like body composition is potentially bad. Two, we're looking at potential health impacts, right? The blood glucose is high, that means we have insulin resistance. We don't want to have any type of negative impact as a result of that. Plus, of course, the more your blood glucose you have, the fatter you're going to start getting.
Yep.
And what was the last piece? Oh, like the blood pressure and everything. Like, we don't want to just keep pushing and pushing because your everything else says let's do it. It's like if your blood pressure keeps going up, or you're already on some telmisartan, maybe some amlodipine through your doctor or something like that, and like your shit's still high, like we've been pushing the off season for a while. Like it might be time for us to just pull back for a bit.
100%.
These are just some realistic variables you gotta look at when you're working with enhanced guys. And it's entirely genetic. It might not even be like the biggest guy you work with. Like it could just be somebody who
Yeah,
genetically
it could be
predisposed to
exactly.
hypertension. Like it's one of those things you can meet with some of the best cardiologists and they'll be like, dude, hypertension is one of those things. It's just oftentimes genetics and like we can't pinpoint like one thing or another that is causing it. It's just your genetics.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah.
So a lot of people end up on like cocktails of different blood pressure medications simply because they're genetics, not because they're bodybuilders. It could just be
Right,
your friend who's like a fit dude who lives a healthy lifestyle. It happens.
right, of
Yeah,
course.
these are all things we do. And in terms of like the length of the mini cut, I mean, I think it's good to go into it with a thought process around how long you want to have them do this. But like if you could pull off an 8 week mini cut and make some meaningful fat loss and health marker improvements if that's the goal, right? So on and so forth. I think that's a good time frame to do it, but it could also be longer than that, right? It all depends on again, did the athlete take it seriously? Did they actually make the progress that you expected that they would make?
Yep. Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
don't you don't want to just like say we're going to do 8 weeks and then they're still fat at the end of the 8 weeks and you put their food back up. Like there's nothing's
Yeah,
going to change.
exactly. Yeah, I
Yeah.
100% agree. Yeah, I think like 4 to 12 weeks is like, and I know it's so broad, but like
Mhm.
it really could be that. Like, you know, if I go to do like a reset on David, that's probably 4 or 5 weeks, but like that's not many people. That's situate. It's all situational. So like you said, it could be 8 weeks. I would say on an average, if you take it serious, eight-ish weeks is probably going to be like that sweet spot, right? So, I mean, I would say plan on anywhere between 8 to 12 weeks for majority, eight or 9 out of 10 people. That's what
Mhm.
I would, probably say. But I mean, also too, like where did the body, like you said, where did the body fat get up to? You know, um, where's their recovery at? Things of that sort. Also too, I guess like another good one would be like, what is the timeline? Like, are you trying to reset in 8 weeks so you can do another push phase and a push cycle and 16 week span, and then you got another couple months to clean out, run bloods, and then prep starting? Like, what is the timeline? You know what I mean? I think that's important too. Um,
Agreed.
but but yeah, that is all I had. Good
Okay, so
question.
let me
Good
know.
questions though.
Good. Actually, it works out. I got to get a meal in before a call I have here in
Yeah.
15 minutes, so I'm gonna jump real quick. All right.
Appreciate
Thanks, guys.
everybody